galaxy up on the ceiling.
Check out this light booth. Behind these blinds are some of the craziest cars you've ever seen. How's it going, guys? Today we are touring one of the most exclusive hypercar and event centers in the world called The Space. We've got ourselves a new rental car for the next few days, an A35 AMG. I've actually never driven one of these and I'm excited to bring you a point of view drive. The interior is actually pretty darn cool. Love the steering wheel, dual screens, but oh my gosh, look at this. Welcome to the Space vehicle versions up on the display. How ridiculous is that? I mean, this is just the coolest thing I've ever seen. I love it. There's fireworks going off. Oh! 812 Mansory Stallone. That sounds insane. So we are outside of the Space now, and I can't wait to show you around this spectacular facility. All right, guys, walking into the Space now, and I am so excited to show you this incredible collection of over 60 supercars and hypercars in one of the craziest event spaces I have ever seen. This is one of many rooms, so get ready for how epic this place truly is. They've got amazing art as well. Just look at this prancing horse. Apparently this is a 1 of 10 Star Wars watch, and this is the box that the watch comes in. How insane is that? This is a full replica of a Apollo mission space capsule, an incredible art piece that you can actually walk up and sit inside. Imagine lounging in this gorgeous space capsule. They've also got a collection of guitars. You guys know I love guitars. Apparently some very famous owners of some of these. But let's move on to the incredible collection of cars. Gorgeous Ferrari LaFerrari, 1 of 499. Although I believe this is actually an Aperta, so that means 1 of 210, 6.3 liter naturally aspirated V12, just under 1,000 horsepower. Full carbon series McLaren P1. They only made 5 of these from the factory. Pretty incredible spec there. Bugatti Divo. They actually have 2 Divos in the collection. The other one we'll reveal later on. But this matte white and blue spec is absolutely spectacular. We've got some gumball cars in here as well. Bugatti Chiron Supersport, the first car to ever go over 300 miles an hour. Looks crazy to see it all stickered up, and know that this guy actually took it out on a rally. Very impressive stuff. Really cool screens that they can customize. They do events here, so you can rent out the space, have different things on the screens. They had that display in the front of the building with my logo on it, which was so cool. Go ahead and open up this beautiful LaFerrari. Hidden door handle underneath. Beautiful butterfly doors. And look at that gorgeous interior. Now behind these blinds are some of the craziest cars you've ever seen. Let's take a tour. Look at this, guys. They even offered, these guys are so friendly, to put my graphics up on the screen. I didn't want to make them do the extra work, but if you did rent out the event space, they've got a legendary speaker system in here, and you can put whatever graphics you want on these massive displays. Look at this beautiful Aston Martin Speedster. Don't see too many of these. Windshieldless hypercar. Unbelievably cool seats. Sitting next to another windshieldless hypercar, the McLaren Elva. Another gumball car. I guess both of these went on Gumball 3000. We saw this 812 Stallone made by Mansory pull up. Sounds absolutely insane. Full carbon fiber hood. Got that kind of marble chopped carbon fiber style to it. But let's go through some of these cars, and particularly some of these Rolls Royces are one-offs and limited editions that I hadn't even heard of prior to coming here. But actually, before we tour more of the cars, I want to show you more of the event space, because some of the art here and some of the little stuff they've got in the showroom is truly like nothing I've ever seen. Formula One car under here that Archie's going to be revealing on his vlog. I'm very jealous, but check out this area. We've got Archie lounging about.
I'm lounging about in the lounge.
In these custom Italian chairs. This place is so upscale. We've just been told,
have you seen all of this?
Yeah, this is a 14 karat gold plated wall of music. We've got guitars, music notes, saxophones, wheels, car parts. That is just so cool. Everywhere you look is so opulent and luxurious. We've got a bar here for drinks. If you want some coffee, Red Bull. You've just been chilling. Look, they even have, this is the level of impressiveness this place is, they have their logo on the Voss water. I thought that was really cool. I love ping pong. I don't know if I've mentioned that before in a vlog.
I didn't even see that.
But look, it's a full glass ping pong table. That is incredible.
Go on then.
I don't know if I can hold the camera and play at the same time. Let's try. You know, everything is so clean and so perfect. It's actually really impressive.
And I've just moved something, so I probably made it look terrible. But that's just what I do.
You want to walk with me, go through some of these cars?
No worries.
Really crazy wrap on this. Apparently, in the sunlight, it turns gold.
Yeah, it does.
It's got this crazy color shift on that F8 Tributo. We've got this really stunning 488 race car.
Got one of them at home.
What'd you say?
Got one of them at home.
Do you really? Have you driven it?
I've got the latest one, which is good. Just for a customer, we've got the classic car business. And
Very cool.
They are really, really fast now.
I can imagine.
They're roughly sort of a couple of seconds slower than a GT2 car.
Wow.
Le Mans, these are actually quicker than a GT2 car because they don't have loads of aero. So
yeah.
in the straights, they were like miles quicker.
That's incredible. And horsepower-wise, about 650?
No idea.
No idea? All right.
Just know it's fast. I just drive it.
That's so incredible. I know all the specs, but you actually get to be behind the wheel of these race cars. I'd rather your position. Beautiful 599 SA Aperta, super limited edition convertible version of the 599 GTO. You never see these cars, and I've already seen two in Dubai, which is amazing. Beautiful
and it
F12.
looks like a standard car, but it's
it does. From the front, it doesn't have quite the aesthetics of the GTO, but for those who are Ferrari collectors, they see that satin silver and they know the open top. Pretty crazy.
100%.
Coming around to the F12 TDF, one of the most savage cars ever made. Have you driven one of these?
I haven't.
I haven't either.
No.
This is on my bucket list for something to drive.
I haven't.
812.
You own one?
I owned one. I wish I still did.
That's
one of the best sounding cars I've ever heard.
Yeah, they are.
So crazy.
STO,
Huracan STO, very cool. GT Black Series. One of 200 GT2 RS Club Sport. Another car which I would absolutely kill to drive.
Yeah, I would actually. They are very, very good. They're quick. They're not far off GT3 pace on a lap as well.
Wow. So these cars are interesting. They're kind of gentlemen's race cars. Well, not gentlemen's racing because they don't compete in a GT3 style league or like a Super Trofeo.
No,
you just go out on the track with your friends,
for
right?
day lovers.
Yeah.
But the thing is with stuff like this is it adds up quick. Like
Oh, I can imagine.
the track day, I would say to do a day in something like that. I know that the Porsche Carrera Cup cars which I race, we were spending £7,000 to £8,000 a day.
Oh, it's probably 20 maybe?
No, it's not.
Less.
It's not because it's got road car features on it as well.
Sure.
And it will be about £5,000 to run it for the day.
Moving on over to these cars, let's check out some of these special edition Rolls Royces. So this is a one-of-one Rolls Royce Wraith Palm Edition. I'd never even heard of this until I came to Dubai. Gold accents everywhere, and you'll notice that the logo isn't actually a Rolls-Royce Spirit of Ecstasy, it is a Palm. Mansory body kit. This is the final edition Phantom drop head. Very, very cool. And if we move down the line of more special edition Rolls Royces, this Phantom 8 has one of the coolest interiors I have ever seen. From the outside, it looks like a standard Phantom 8, but it's actually called a Tempest, and it's one of 20 ever made. And you'll see why when you look at the interior. Tempest plate, one of 20. And look at this, guys. Starry night in the seats themselves. And it's got a galaxy up on the ceiling. So not only the starlight, but also this beautiful Milky Way looking galaxy. I think they should do this in every Rolls Royce. Having it on the doors looks so cool. Now, Rolls Royce calls this area here on the dash the gallery. You can put different things in here, but I have never seen such an elaborate metallic design for the gallery section. And once again, look how gorgeous those doors are. Spectacular. Just when you thought it couldn't get any cooler, I have never seen simulators like this. Obviously, motion, force feedback, but they're literally Formula One replica cars floating in the air. Now, Archie has a lot of experience with simulators.
Yeah.
I'm very jealous.
Now, how do you think these work then?
What do you mean, how do I think they work?
You just look at that screen.
No, it looks like it's VR.
Yeah.
So what do you actually, serious question, what do you think about VR versus massive screens? Because I know the graphics aren't quite as good on VR and...
So I personally do like VR.
Okay.
The only thing is VR is still a little bit behind the times in terms of the actual final quality of VR is not quite there. So I don't know which one these are. They are good, but like, depends. If you just want a genuine experience, VR is good.
I guess it's pretty immersive.
It's very immersive, yeah. But I personally, my personal preference is the screens around me and not moving.
Sure.
Because I know
how it should feel exactly.
Motion. But if you're going for an outright experience, then these are brilliant, obviously, because
I've heard,
you're never going to experience.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that the force feedback motion ones aren't quite accurate enough, so it was making like Formula 1 drivers feel a little bit uneasy because it makes
a racing driver feel a little bit sick.
Yeah, that's wild. But for a normal person, me driving this, I would probably think it was the coolest thing in the world.
But let's say you're okay. So let's say you're trying to get the experience. You're a new guy going into the sport. You're a track day lover. Motion is perfect because you get a bit of a feel. So yeah, I think it's great.
Look how intricate this steering wheel is. That is incredible, and it's not just some plastic tub. Like full carbon fiber in here, and you can get the full-on experience of that lie-down seating experience.
I mean, maybe they'll turn it on for you, but the actual experience of VR and you sitting in an actual car like that, a chassis, is pretty insane.
It's got to be nuts.
So yeah, it's gonna be. I think they're actually like GP2 chassis or something. Don't think they're F1 chassis, but anyway.
So it goes on. There is another incredible room over here, which we'll tour. Moving on to the next room, beautiful graphics behind and another array of gorgeous cars. Ferrari Testarossa, we've got the 430 16M. This was actually the predecessor to the car that I owned, the Speciale Aperta. This is a 430, and then it's a Scuderia, that's the more hardcore track-focused version, and then the 16M is the convertible version of that. One of the best sounding Ferraris ever made. With the right exhaust, it almost sounds like a Formula 1 car. That V8 is just next level. Get a load of this gorgeous full Alcantara interior. Moving on, we've got the hybrid SF90, 0 to 60 in 2.1 seconds, the Ferrari Roma, Portofino. Very interesting spec on this Huracan Evo, kind of matching to this Mansory G-Wagon. We've seen so many Mansory G-Wagons this trip, it's actually unbelievable. And to think they're actually very rare and they're almost $1 million, and that we've seen so many is unbelievable. And then this Brabus G-Wagon truck is so cool. Get a load of this coming around to the back. It's a 4x4 squared pickup truck. It even has Brabus logos in the truck bed itself. Check out this light booth revealing a 1 of 40 Bugatti Divo. This is the more hardcore track-focused version of the Chiron. Still got that quad turbocharged W16, 1500 horsepower, but it's down 77 pounds from the standard Chiron. I've only had the opportunity of driving the standard Chiron, and I was more impressed with the handling than I would have thought compared to the Veyron, but I'm very curious to see, does this actually feel like a full-fledged track car? Carbon fiber accents absolutely everywhere. It's actually got a lower top speed than the standard Chiron because of the aerodynamic work. More downforce, revised suspension. This is one of the best spec'd Divos I have ever seen in my entire life. I am in love with those gold wheels. The rear end of this car with those insane futuristic taillights, that exhaust, I don't even know what shape that is. And I've just noticed for the first time actually, it's got quad exhaust here, but it's actually got 6 exhaust pipes, one there and one there. Listen to the sounds this thing makes when you open the door. Full carbon fiber door card with that gorgeous blue Alcantara, making all sorts of spaceship noises. 2 different colored seats. I think if I had infinite money, this would be the car that I would go out and buy immediately. Just look at how spectacular that steering wheel is with the 2-tone Alcantara, the kind of frosted gray, different paddles than the standard Chiron. Gorgeous, gorgeous car. I want one of these so darn badly. Imagine doing a car reveal here, moving the light booth out of the way, pulling a cover off of the Devo, this would be one heck of an experience. Or filming car reviews here. I mean, the lighting couldn't be more perfect. Well, guys, huge thanks to the Space for inviting me and Archie out to tour the facility. This is such a cool place, and the cars are always rotating. So they've got 60 plus cars in the collection. So when you come, it might be totally different than this. They have a couple of public days a month that you can get tickets for and actually experience the center for yourself. The rest of the time it is private, but it also can be rented out for event space. They had a really cool event last week. Not sure if I can talk about it, but it's very, very cool, the stuff that they are offering. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Like always, please browse the channel and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next video.